We all have nights where sleep slips through our fingers, a stressful meeting the next day, jet lag, a noisy neighbor, or just a mind that won't stop spinning. Occasional sleeplessness is part of being human. But when those nights turn into a pattern, when you begin to dread bedtime, or when the sleep that should restore you starts to betray you consistently, you might not just be having a rough week. You may be dealing with chronic insomnia. Understanding the difference between the two isn't just semantics. It can mean the difference between short-term discomfort and long-term damage to your health, mood, memory, and even your identity. Acute or temporary sleep disturbances, what most of us experience from time to time, tend to have identifiable triggers. You stay up too late binge-watching a series. You eat something weird. You're anxious about an interview. Maybe you're traveling across time zones. These interruptions, while annoying, usually resolve once the stressor is gone or the body readjusts. The occasional bad night might leave you groggy, irritable, or off your game, but it rarely derails your life. Your sleep, while disrupted, still wants to reset itself when the environment and circumstances stabilize. Chronic insomnia, on the other hand, is a different beast entirely. Clinically, it's defined as difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking too early, at least 3 times per week, for 3 months or longer and accompanied by daytime impairment. That last part is key. Chronic insomnia doesn't just live in the dark hours. It seeps into everything. Your ability to concentrate, regulate emotions, function at work, and maintain relationships. It becomes a daily drain that you can't nap your way out of. What starts as a few bad nights can spiral into a cycle of sleep anxiety, hypervigilance, and dysfunctional habits, like trying too hard to sleep or clock watching at 2:43 a.m. wondering what's wrong with you. Physiologically, chronic insomnia also changes how your body functions. Your nervous system gets stuck in fight or flight mode, even at night. Cortisol levels rise. Sleep pressure, the natural drive to fall asleep, gets overridden by stress and anxiety. Over time, your brain rewires itself to associate bedtime with frustration and failure rather than rest. What used to be a passive, automatic process becomes a nightly battleground. One of the most dangerous misconceptions is that chronic insomnia is simply a matter of poor sleep hygiene. Yes, your environment matters. Yes, screens before bed are bad. But when you're dealing with true insomnia, advice like just go to bed earlier is about as useful as telling someone with a migraine to just think happy thoughts. The issue runs deeper, into how your brain and body respond to stress, how your circadian system is regulated, and how you perceive your own sleep patterns. So when should someone seek help? If your sleep issues persist beyond a few weeks, especially if they interfere with your energy, focus, mood, or ability to function, it's time to look deeper. And if you find yourself developing obsessive routines, fearing bedtime, or relying on alcohol or medications just to fall asleep, you're not just being cautious, you're coping with a problem that deserves proper attention. Fortunately, help exists, and the gold standard is not a pill, it's cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI. Unlike sleep meds, which often come with tolerance, rebound insomnia, and side effects, CBTI addresses the root of the problem, your thoughts, behaviors, and physiology. It helps retrain your brain to sleep again, not by sedating it, but by restoring its natural rhythms. It works for most people, and its benefits are long-lasting, far beyond what a quick-fix sleeping pill can offer. In contrast, medications can sometimes be useful for short-term relief, especially in acute phases of distress or after major life events. But they should be used strategically, not as a nightly crutch. The danger with relying solely on medication is that it doesn't fix the insomnia, it masks it. And when you try to stop, the insomnia often rebounds with a vengeance. Ultimately, sleep exists on a spectrum. A few rough nights don't mean you're broken. But if poor sleep is becoming your norm instead of your exception, don't chalk it up to stress or bad luck. Listen to your body. Notice the patterns. And if needed, ask for help, not when you've hit rock bottom, but when you first start sliding. Because sleep isn't a luxury. It's not optional. It's the invisible scaffolding that holds up your brain, your body, your sanity. When that scaffolding starts to crack, it doesn't matter how high-functioning you appear. Eventually, something gives. Recognizing the early signs and responding to them with real tools, not guilt, not caffeine, can mean the difference between chronic exhaustion and recovery. You don't have to wait for collapse to take sleep seriously. Start with your patterns. Then act before sleeplessness becomes your new reality.